On this video we are going to do some updates to our Uber clone project, and the written version of this video is going to be available on my website, and the link is in the description section below. Let's go straight to the video. Hello beautiful people, welcome back to the Uber clone course. On this video we are just going to update this project because you guys have been requesting me since forever to do some updates, and yeah, I feel like doing it. But when I was trying to do the updates, I just discovered that the app is not working. It never stops loading. So on this video I am going to solve this issue. We are going to find ways to solve this issue, and on the next video we are going to implement the autocomplete location search because you guys have been requesting that since forever. So okay, let's start with trying to troubleshoot what's happening. According to our code, if the initial position of the app is null, then it's supposed to be loading. So if I remove this, okay, the app's going to break. To fix this here, we could just come here and hard code some coordinates, and I'm just putting some random numbers here. And all of a sudden it's working. Okay, good. But this is not a solution to our problem. Okay, how will we solve this? First of all, let's put this widget inside of another widget called safe area. Good. Um, Now let's go. Actually, let me go back to the way things were. Good. And now I will wrap my stack inside of a safe area widget. Okay, now let's try to troubleshoot this. Try to find out what's happening. Okay. Um, Let me put this on full screen first of all. And to make sure that this code is running, let me just comment here, get user method running. Sorry guys. Let me visit my main. Here we have everything set up properly, and in here we have our get user, and the structure is set. Okay, let's try to stop the app and run it. And here we are just trying to see if the get user location method is going to run. So this might take a second. As a matter of fact, if it does run, print this as well. And I use a lot the print inside of methods, mainly when I'm testing them out. That's actually a good practice. The latitude is okay. The method is being run. I just don't know what's the issue now. Then I don't know what's the matter here, but we'll see. Position dot longitude. Okay, I need to close this. Things just went black. I don't know why. Probably I'll have to run this thing again. Okay, and now here we are going to display the latitude and the longitude as well. So I'm just testing if these values are going to be null. For whatever reason, the function is not displaying until this point here. I think that's probably because I didn't enable this, the location information. That was the problem. The location information was not enabled, that's why. That's all you had to do. But okay, now since we are updating this project, we want to make sure that if the user, for example, for my case, if we have a user and he didn't update his location information, how is it going to know that from the user side, right? That's the first thing. And the way around that issue, I'm trying to find a way around this. Okay. Mm, I need a method. Let me open one of my projects just to make this process quick. Let me open one of my projects. Let me open one of my projects just to make this process quick. Mm, I need piece of code here. I need this. Future delayed. Now, let's try to go back to our app state. And I'm just thinking this right now, so anything can happen, guys. Don't throw any stones at me. Um, let me create a method. I'll call it loading initial position. Okay, and this is going to be a widget. No, 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 no. Let's make it a void. So what are we going to do is we'll check if our initial position is equal to null. So this is only going to execute if our initial position is null. Let me paste this method here. So let's make sure the method is asynchronous. So if our initial position is null, we will wait for 2 seconds. T2 or 3, and then we will check again if our initial position is null. And if this is true, let me create a boolean called location service active, that it will default to true. We'll assume that the user has his location service uh, activated. And if after 3 seconds the initial position is still null, we will set our location service active is equal to false. Notify listeners. So okay, here's the theory, or probably there's a better way of doing this, but for the time being we are going to do it like this. We'll be loading our initial position. First we'll check if the initial position is null, and if the initial position is null, we are going to wait. Or to make it simple, we can just, to make it simple for you guys to understand it, we'll just do it like this. Okay, to simplify the code. So what we're doing here is we will call this method loading initial position, but then we will wait for 3 seconds. If after 3 seconds the initial position is still null, we will probably the user didn't allow the app to access the location, or the location services are disabled. So that's why we are setting here location service active is equal to false. Now let's go back to our app and see how can we do this. Instead of a container, or inside of this container, I'll remove this alignment. Inside of this container I will place a column, and then I'll set main axis alignment to center, and then children circular progress indicator. But here's where the magic happens. We are going to use another widget called visibility widget, and this is visible if app state dot location service active is equal to false. And for the child it's going to be a text, and we are going to say check if the okay, we'll write here check if the location services are enabled, and then let's add some style to this. Oops, supposed to be text style. Color gray, and the size is going to be 18. Okay, let's run the app to see if everything is working fine. Okay, everything seems just fine, but let's do something. Let's disable this. and try to rerun the app. Ah, okay. I was still trying to find out what's happening, but it's not a big deal. For this thing here, we can just put here a row and just set main axis alignment to the center. Now, we created this method, but we never called it. So, loading initial state position, we are going to call that from our constructor. And the method could be private, it doesn't have to be public. Let me make it private. Okay, let's do our test 2. And it's working perfectly fine. If after 3 seconds our location is still null, we are going to get this. Check if location services are enabled. And to make it look even better, we can come here to our home and add some sized box height of 10. What about 10? Check if the location services are enabled. And now the user at least knows what's wrong. And when he gets this information, he can just come here and enable the location services and the app will be working. Disable the location services, run the app, do a process for 3 seconds and tell him check if the location services are enabled. Or we can basically, instead of check, we can write make sure. But this is a lot of text actually. What about enable? Okay, this is better. Please enable location services. Good, perfect. I think this is about it, but we can add something else. We can add something else here. Let me go to a new repo, to a new window, and we're going to use Flutter Spin Kit. So Google for this dependency, because using this dependency we can use some custom loading animations. So just copy this Flutter Spin Kit and go to your pub spec, paste it, Seems like we already have that. Now let's copy one of these things here. This you have options here. You can come and select any of this. I can use this wave. So all you have to do is just copy this. Go back to the home screen, paste it. Probably we'll need to organize this even better, but that's for the next videos. I like this. So let's try to rerun the app and see what happens. And you can increase the time you want this to load, because maybe 3 seconds is way too quick. You can put here 5 seconds and reload it. Just to give it some time, because sometimes the user connection can be slow. Just to wrap things up, you can change this here. You can change the size, but I think 50 is fine. And you can change the animation here as well. You just have to write spin kit wave. For example, if you want to use wave, and this is how wave will look like, but I'll just use this one. So guys, this was all for the update of this video. If I enable here, done. Get excited, because on the next video we are going to learn how to autocomplete the destination. Alright, see you guys on the next one.